Hello, it's Jared here from Find That Lead, and let me tell you, this week I had the pleasure to read 10X from Grant Cardone. It's probably one of those Bibles of sales, guys. It's like not Bibles of sales, Bible of an execution book. The most important point I got is lead the market. Do not get competition. It's like dominate the sector. Do not compete. And this is probably the most important thing, like, because we always say, yeah, copy your competition. It's like, forget about competition. Be the best in your market. Choose the niche and be the best. A few other things I would like to share with you, because sharing is caring and sharing is learning. This is why I do it. This is because I do it out of love. Let me tell you, set up your goals higher, 10 times higher probably than what you're thinking. Oh, this is going to be difficult. No, it's going to be much easier than what you expect. But also saying work 10 times higher, work 10 times smarter. We are where we are today is because of our thoughts and actions. Make sure where you want to be in 1 year, 5 years. He's like telling hundreds of times 10x on the book. And I'm going to be repetitive as he is 10x on everything you do. If you think I'm going to get one new customer today, try to get 10. The efforts are the same sometimes. Just the bigger thought is like 10x is so much bigger. Again, it's dominate the sector. Do not compete. Super important to dominate the sector. In every part of the book, Grant Cardone or Uncle Grant, he's like giving exercises fully recommendable. If you can have the time, guys, go for it, because this is probably, you deserve it. He's talking a lot of deserve your success, deserve 10 times for your family, for everyone in the company. He's also saying your duty is to be successful. If you're working today, if you're like taking action, you need to be successful. In a way, it's like plan ahead what is success for you, but plan it 10 times bigger. Get around of people who are successful. Get inspired by them. Love them. Learn from them, because this is probably one of the best things. Like, who are your friends? Are they 10 times higher than you are? More successful? Like, make sure you like them, you love them, and you prize them. Also, it's like, let's take full responsibility of our wins and losses. He gives us some examples in here in the book. Like, let's say if you run out of electricity in the office, whose fault is it? It's yours fault, because if you run out of, and you don't have a back for that, if you don't have like a generator to generate light for you while the government keeps, it's like he gives clear examples of we should take full responsibility of everything, success and no success. And then we have to be prepared for things that might happen. Again, 10x the level of action, the levels of thoughts that we're taking. He also says money and power follow attention, okay? It goes all very related. Depends on the levels of attention or the money that you want. But just like we listened today, Grant Cardone, just like 10x what you're thinking, 10x what you're expecting, because we deserve it. We should be doing it. Again, do not compete in the market. Be the leader. And this is super important, because it's something that is really like, it's a fundament that I learned in the book, and it's super important. Always like, be the best at what you do. Okay, this is something that, yeah, sometimes we do mediocre work, doesn't work. It's just like, go all the way in, all in. Like if you were playing poker, all in, guys. Have the best hand, have the best bluff, doesn't matter, but just go all in. Obsession. It's a gift from Grant Cardone. Obsession was like, I would say, healthy work obsession. You need to have crazy obsession about your work. It's like, for us here in Find That Lead, our friends are related to the company, our weekends are related to the company. Everything should be Find That Lead, or whatever company you work for, everything should be your everything. I mean, Find That Lead is everything. Yes, be real, have your own amazing personality, but remember you only have one focus, laser beam obsession for your company. Overcommit. Whatever they tell you, overcommit, over-deliver, over-generate problems. What I want to tell you is, if you go to see a customer, overcommit to themselves, over-deliver. This is important, okay? everything you promise, you should give it 10 times bigger, because the reward will be 10 times. Also, any price that you give it 10 times. Guys, I hope I don't put the price up from Find That Lead after reading this book, because it's telling me to put the price 10 times higher. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to over-deliver, and I'm going to over-commit to anyone who talks to us. Get overexposed on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. It's something that I've been learning. I've been doing it for weeks. Listening this is just like, yes, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the correct thing. I want to be like super amazing. He's an amazing guy, and it's something that I'm really following him. Customer acquisition is king. He talks about customer success. Yeah, it's great. Customer success is beautiful. But he's saying like, customer acquisition is king. Make sure you over-deliver, make sure you over-commit, make sure you always like give whatever you say, and then you will never have any problems with customer success, because they're going to be super happy of buying your product. Be omnipresent, okay? Everywhere, all the time, every day, 7 days a week, 365, always be there. And this is another one that's like, he says, have a lot of problems, okay? He's like, go to meeting, over-deliver, over-promise, and then you'll have a problem on how to do. Only when we have problems, and this has happened here a few times at Find That Lead. I go to a customer and say, yes, we have a beautiful IPA for enrichment. And then somehow I would go to Christian, it's like, oops, sorry, Christian, we have a problem. And then Christian, out of this problem, will build a beautiful IPA. Isn't it, Christian? Okay, it has happened a lot of times, and recommended to you guys, overcommit, and then problems will solve by itself. Always find people better than yourself to work with. This is probably the biggest impact in Find That Lead. Take massive actions, but just like to remember, what's the most important I read from Grant Cardone is dominate the sector. Do not compete any longer. Okay, make sure your product is so specific and so amazing for that area that you can make 10 times what you're making today, guys. Thank you very much for listening. And remember, keep sending emails with love and hustle with love every day, all the time. And thank you for listening. Thanks, Grant Cardone. This book just like changed my life. I hope to see you in February. He's doing an amazing event. Everyone should go. Boom.